Hey guys, it's Kevin again, and this is going to be my review for True Blood, Season 7, Episode 9. What was this episode called? Love is to Die. This episode was probably the most disappointing episode of the season so far. It was extremely disappointing, especially because this is the second to last episode of the show. Ever. And that's what they deliver to us. This episode was almost completely filler. It really was. Especially the subplot. I was not really that into this episode. I wasn't. Big Brother was not good tonight, and now True Blood was not good. True Blood was not really good tonight, and this really makes me worried for the finale, because this episode really did not deliver when I wanted it to. I mean, last week's episode set up for a really awesome, cliffhanger, and then they just delivered this to us, and it was really filler. Now, don't get me wrong. It was not a terrible episode. It was good. A lot of stuff in it was very good. There was a lot of stuff about this episode that I really did like. But for the most part, I was not into this episode very much. I really was not. I did not think it was that interesting. And other than a couple scenes, I was not really that into it, really. So let's just get to this episode. Basically, last week, of course, Bill refused to take that cure because, he has accepted his fate, and, Jessica's looking at him like, what the fuck are you doing? And Bill, basically, he's refusing to take the cure because he has already accepted his fate. Now, Sookie is trying to convince him that he cannot hide behind fate, that Sarah is his fate and his destiny. Basically, she's telling him, Bill, you have to take this cure, you have to do it. She really wants to do whatever she can to get him to take this cure. That's how much she cares about him. And basically, Sookie tells Bill that he is making a choice and that Jessica and her will have to live with it. And Bill agrees that he's making a choice. He is choosing the true death. And Jessica tells him to fuck off, and Sookie slaps him and asks him why. They're obviously really pissed at Bill. And Bill tells her he can't. Sookie slaps him again, then goes to do it again, and Eric stops Sookie, tells them that they should leave, and he warns them not to say anything about Sarah. So Jessica asks Bill to release her. Bill tells Jessica he's proud of the vampire she's become, and he knows she will stand on her 2 feet when he's gone. Because, of course, Bill was the one that changed her. He then releases her, and Jessica sobs, and Pam comforts her. Bill leaves, and Eric comforts Sookie. So that scene I really had no problem with. That scene I really didn't. So Jessica and Sookie, they then go to Sam's place, and we find out that Sam has actually decided to leave with Nicole, because he loves Nicole, and he's not going to miss his baby growing up, and since Nicole wants to leave, so is he. I understand why he left, because this town is just so fucked up and everything that they had to leave, because he really wanted to he wanted to have a good environment for his baby, he wanted to have a good, environment for his kid, and really wanted to raise his kid in a good environment, and didn't want his kid to end up like a vampire or something, so I can understand why he decided to leave. I understand that, definitely. But, yeah, my only issue with this is, why didn't they just do this in the finale? Seriously. This did not even need to be in this episode, because they don't even really discuss it after this, except for, one other scene. After this, they don't bring it up anymore, so I don't know why they couldn't just wrap this up, next week. It makes sense. But of course, Jessica and Sookie, they then head to Bellfleur's, and they tell, and basically, Sookie tells Andy that Sam left him a note, and everything, and Arlena decides she's going to open up because she cannot keep waiting till people come back, and, basically, she's decided to open up and everything. They have, this little party going on, and the letter is to Andy is simply Sam's resignation letter, because he's resigning from, his position that Andy wanted to give him, so Sam is basically telling him, I'm going to resign, and that's basically all he said, really. So, basically, what ends up happening is that, we then see, and really, as you guys can see, this episode is definitely very scattered. We see at Bellfleur's, Sookie is apart, she's very upset, and Arlene tells Sookie that she and Keith are dating, and they decide to take it slow, which I think is the best thing. And Sookie tells Arlene that Bill is dying because of her, and he's going fast, and Sookie wants to know how Arlene keeps on going, and Arlene says, if it helps when your dead husband comes to you in a dead vision. That's what she says to her. So Arlene convinced Sookie to join the dinner party, and I really like Sookie and Arlene as friends. I think they're good as friends. I like them as friends. I definitely think they're good as friends. I really did enjoy them in this episode, and I like that she comforted her and tried to get her to stay. Now, this next scene I loved. This scene I really loved because we basically found out why Bill decided to, not take the cure. Basically, Eric tells Bill he felt the same way, prepared to die when Pam showed up in France, and, if you remember, Eric did feel the same way. Eric wanted to die. So I thought it was great that Eric comforted Bill, because in the beginning of the season, Eric wanted to die. He was just going to accept his fate, and basically, he tells Bill what he is doing to Sookie is very unconscionable, and Bill says he's doing it for Sookie, and she won't learn to love anyone else while he's on the planet, and Eric tells Bill to get over himself, and Bill is upset because he had a dream that Sookie, and basically we find out, yes, I was correct with what happened. He saw Sookie rocking a baby. When he went over to look at the baby, though, it was a voice, and she had given birth to Death, and Bill feels that that is all he is to her. So Bill wants to set Sookie free, and Bill wants Eric to ask Sookie if he will see her that night so he can explain to her, and Bill tells Eric that it is the last favor he will ask for, and Eric promises to do that. So I thought that scene was definitely really well done. We can see why he really doesn't, why he really wants to, not be with Sookie right now. That's why, and that's basically the reason why. So, the only other thing to really talk about, basically we see that Pam has foils in Sarah's hair, and she tells the men that they are guarding her and that she needs to take the gag off, and Pam tells Sarah not to start screaming or the men will kill them, and Sarah asks Pam if they're going to sell her, and Pam agrees they are going to, and if Sarah plays her cards right, she could become the highest, troll pop in history. She kind of compared her to this other girl, who I don't remember who it was, but she compared her to this other girl, basically, and that's really all that happened there. We didn't really see what happened after that. I'll talk about what happened, but that's basically what happened there. And pretty much, then Eric does what Bill told him to do. He goes over to Sookie, and, Sookie is leaving and everything, and Eric basically talks to her, calls out when he wants to talk to her, and basically that's what ended up happening there. After this happened, though, what ended up happening after this was that Eric went into, he ended up having, we get probably the weirdest thing ever. I did see that, definitely. He actually tells Sookie what's going on and everything, why Bill wanted to leave her and everything. So I definitely thought that was very interesting. But then we get the weirdest part of the episode here. Now, this was not the weirdest part. The weirdest part had to do with the stupid subplot. Basically, what ended up happening was, Eric tells Sookie what's going on and everything, that Bill is, dying, that what Bill said to tell her and everything. But then when Eric leaves, he goes to see Ginger and tells her that he wants to have sex with her. And that was just like, what? What? That didn't make any sense. That had nothing to do with the rest of the episode. Ginger was not even that big of a character. We saw Ginger for, 2 episodes? So why is this such a big deal all of a sudden? I didn't recognize Ginger until he even said Ginger. I forgot about Ginger, and I honestly don't care about Ginger. I didn't give a shit about this scene. Really, I didn't. And this is what really made me upset, was this scene. It was just so stupid. And Ginger's just like, she's just like, fuck it, I don't care if I'm gonna die, I don't care if I'm gonna die or whatever, I just want to have sex with you, that's all that matters. They have sex, and she has like an orgasm and everything, and then Eric leaves. But then we get something really cool, because Eric goes down, he's calling out for Pam, and he doesn't know where Pam is. And he goes to Mr. Gus and everything, and there he sees Pam tied up, she's about to die, basically, they're gonna kill her. But Eric ends up bringing up Sookie, which is the worst thing he could have done, because they are now after Sookie. That's basically what's going to happen there, is that they are now after Sookie, and that's what's happening. Basically, they're after Sookie. That's all there is to it. And then at the end of the episode should have ended that way. That should have been the ending to the episode. That would have been an awesome ending. However, of course, they had to ruin it, because Bill goes to Sookie. Sookie's sitting there. She is trying to just move on from Bill, because Eric told her what to do, and Bill just knocks on the door, and that's how it ends. That's literally how it ends. I'm not kidding. That's how it ends. Bill just knocks on the door, and then he leaves. Like, that's seriously how it ends. That was not a good ending at all. That really is, that's not the thing that felt most like a, filler. That's not the thing that felt most like filler. The thing that felt most like filler we'll get to. Just the main plot was really good. I really did enjoy it up to that point. There were a lot of things I would have enjoyed more. There wasn't a lot of the main plot in the episode, because most of the episode was filled with this shit with Jessica, Jason, Hoyt, and, Bridgette. Now, I like the whole part where Jessica is trying to jog Hoyt's memory. That I like. That I really like. I love the whole, Jessica and Hoyt trying to get back together. I really do like that. But, Basically, let's talk about what happened. Basically, James apologized to Jessica. Jessica admits to James that she does not know much about him. I just thought this scene was pointless, really, with James and Lafayette. I mean, James and Lafayette are happy together. I didn't care about that scene. I really didn't. So, Bridget is upset because Hoyt said he did not want to have children, and Bridget is jealous of Jessica, lets him know that she is, and Hoyt tells Bridget that he knows Jessica's maker, Bill, and not Jessica. Honestly, guys, in this episode, Bridget pissed me off. Like, seriously, Bridget is, like, pissed at Hoyt once again. I understand why she was pissed last week, but honestly, why is she pissed again? She's pissed at him again, and I find it stupid that she's pissed at him. She has no reason to be pissed at him at this point, and it's just like, I didn't care about this plot at all in this episode. I really didn't. However, I did like this next scene, because Jessica knocks on the door, and Bridget answers and wants to know what Jessica wants, and Jessica wants to come tell Hoyt that they used to be together, and they were so happy, and Jessica tells Hoyt she messed up, and Bridget tells Hoyt that she did not want to listen, and, you know, Bridget does not believe a thing that Jessica's saying, and, Hoyt's very confused, because Hoyt wants to listen, he goes outside, but then Hoyt and Bridget are through, and they break up, and Hoyt leaves and goes after Jessica, and Bridget ends up crying. Now, Jessica tells Hoyt that Bill released her, and that Bill decided not to take the cure, and Jessica does not understand why Bill did not take the cure. Jessica hoped that Hoyt would understand, because he was the first man she ever loved, and she apologized for ruining Hoyt's relationship with his girlfriend, and tells him that she is the most selfish person, and Hoyt tells Jessica to catch her breath, and tells him the story of them, basically. And then we get probably the stupidest thing in this episode. Bridget and Jason, I didn't care about this plot. I really didn't. I cared about Jessica and Hoyt, but I didn't care about Jason and Bridget at all. I understand Jason's a real player and he's gonna fuck basically whoever he sees. I understand that. But the thing is, like, with Bridget, I didn't care about Bridget, really. I didn't care that Bridget wanted to have sex with Jason so much. I didn't care about this at all. Honestly, what they did here this was all filler, really. It really was. It was all really filler. I did like the whole thing with Bridget. Bridget really likes Jason, wants to start a relationship with him. And Jessica, you know, she's trying to help Hoyt out and everything. And Hoyt tells Jessica, you know, to heal his hand and everything. And basically, I was not into this at all, because Bridget comes in to see Jason, she's starving, and this is the scene that I didn't like, because Jason tells her he only has beer, and she replies beer is good. Bridget tells Jason he's a good man, but Jason tells her he's not, and starts telling about Jessica, and at the end he tells Bridget that Jessica erased Hoyt's memory, and he does not remember her, so Hoyt actually never lied to her, and Jason then tells Bridget that Hoyt and Jessica belong with each other, and Hoyt is kissing Jessica and they're making out and everything. And Bridget asks Jason to come to bed. She is going to teach him how to not have sex with someone. Actually, no, Hoyt and Jessica, they're having sex and everything. So basically, she's going to teach him how to not have how to not have sex. And that was really stupid. What ended up happening, basically. I just thought that was really stupid. But and basically, what ends up happening after that is that, you know, basically what ended up happening was that Jason and Bridget, they're then in bed together, and they're staring apart from each other, and Jason tells her it feels weird. Bridget asks him one thing that no one knows about him, and Bridget decided to start. She says she cheated on an exam once, and Jason replies, oh no, you're a stone-cold criminal. Just, who cares, seriously? Nobody cares about this. Jason tells Bridget he really, really wants kids, but he's afraid if he has a girl, she might be someone like him, and it's just really stupid in my opinion. I didn't care about this plot at all. I understand. I'm happy for Jason that he has Bridget, but I really, really want Jason and Jessica. I don't care about Jason and Jessica and Hoyt. I don't want them. Jessica and Jason just have this genuine chemistry, and Hoyt and Jessica really don't, in my opinion. I don't really like them together, and I don't like seeing that they're trying to get them back together. I'm not for this. I'm really not. I really like Jessica and Jason. I don't want this Hoyt and Jessica. I don't like them together. I really don't. I don't think they need to be together, and I don't like them together personally. I really don't. And that's really all we saw there, so that's really what pissed me off about this episode. It really pissed me off, and basically what ended up happening was that, you know, that's all that really happened in the episode. It was all pretty much filler, except for the main plot. The subplot was basically all filler. I understand we're trying to get Jason and Bridget together. I'm not for it, though. I don't like it. I don't like this chemistry between them, and I don't think they have that much chemistry. I really don't. I don't like them together. I thought they were trying to do this last week, and I was hoping they weren't going to do it, and now they're doing that. Now, I read an article on the AV Club. You guys know I hate the AV Club, but they said that next week's episode could end up getting an F. I agree, because this episode was really disappointing. It was not the worst episode of the season. It really wasn't. I did really like this episode, but there were a lot of things that I was not into. I really love the main plot with Sookie and Bill, and Sookie and Bill trying to Bill trying basically avoiding Sookie and eventually realizing to go to her. Basically, I'm wondering what's going to happen there. If Bill's going to end up dying, or if Sookie and Bill are going to end up together. I'm interested in seeing what's going to happen there. But that's really all I care about right now, because that's really all we need to show. However, what happened with Letty Mae and Tara and Lafayette? What happened with that whole plot? We didn't even see that in this episode. Letty Mae and Lafayette, I don't know what's going to happen there. We saw Lafayette in one scene. I mean, they could have shown that in this episode. You could have had the Jessica and Hoyt stuff. But the Bridgette and Jason, that could have been airtime for the Letty Mae, and Lafayette. That would have been perfect time for that, but we, of course, did not get that, and I was really pissed off that we didn't get that, because I really did want to see more of that storyline, and we did not even see that in this episode. So honestly, now, I'm really scared about the finale. I'm not looking forward to the finale now. I hate to tell you guys, I'm not looking forward to it. After this episode, the only thing that's going to be interesting is what's going to happen with Mr. Gus. He's going to come to Sookie's house, obviously. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens there. But honestly, I don't know how this finale is going to work out. I mean, they've ruined quite a few things that I really wanted. I really wanted Jason and Jessica together, and now they've ruined it with Bridgette and Hoyt. Honestly, bringing Bridgette into the story, I hate Bridgette. I do. I don't like her character at all. She's my least favorite character on the show right now. She's fucking things up, and I don't like her character at all. I don't think she's interesting. Who do you think's gonna die? Honestly, I feel like everyone on the show is pretty much gonna die. I really do. I mean, they killed off Violet. They killed off, a lot of people. They've killed off a lot of people on the show, and I feel like definitely a lot of people are gonna die on this show. If they can kill off Alcide in, like, the third episode, and they can kill off Violet, then they can do that. Also, no updates on Andy, Adeline, Holly, and Wade. There's no updates on them. We saw them in one scene. They did nothing. They did nothing either. So I was really pissed off of that. I really wanted them to do something in this episode, and they unfortunately had nothing to do. Nothing. Nothing to do at all. Nothing. And that really pissed me off about this episode. And honestly, guys, I really did not like this episode that much. I'm sorry if you guys really like this episode. In my opinion, it was way too dialogue-driven. I understand. I'm all for dialogue-driven episodes. But nothing that was happening in the subplot was interesting. Nothing. The whole Jason and Bridgette affair thing, I'm not into. I don't like that Bridgette just wanted to have sex with him. Bridgette just wanted to have, like, angry sex with Jason. It was stupid. I really thought that was stupid. Jessica and Hoyt, yes, I do care about them. I like that Jessica really wants to get Hoyt back. I understand that. But after this episode, I don't really like Jason, though. I really don't. I don't really like Jason. I don't really like Bridgette. I understand Jason's gonna go after women, but I really thought that him and Jessica were going to settle down and have a family, and that doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Honestly, killing Violet last episode was not the best thing to do, because we could have had that storyline in this episode, and honestly, I'm just really not looking forward to the finale. Let me know if you guys are looking forward to the finale. I'm really not, unfortunately. I really want to watch the finale. I really do want to look forward to it, but honestly, it's not there for me. I'm not looking forward to it really that much at all, and that's kind of just, I'm not looking forward to it. That's all I'm going to say, is I'm really not looking forward to it. And, yeah, so that's basically it for my review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys saw this episode. Honestly, I thought it was probably the worst episode of the season. I'll be honest, I think it was. But that's my review. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys in my next review, which will be for my review of tonight's episode of Witch of the East End. So I'll see you guys for that, which I'm going to watch right now. So yeah, I'll see you guys for that. Okay, bye.